So hi everyone, I am Julius, our MEMORACION BS Cream Section 2A, and I am here to show you or discuss the how to get the primary classification of fingerprint. So before we proceed to that, we need to know first the information about the three large groups of the fingerprint pattern. So there are three fingerprint patterns that we know. First is the arches, the loops, and the whorls. So there are also some subcategories of the three large groups. First, we have the arches. We have the plain arch and the tented arch. The subcategories of loop is the radial loop and the ulnar loop. And on the whorls, we have the plain whorl, the central pocket loop, the double loop, and the accidental whorl. So now these are the Henry system of classification, and I will also provide you the classification formula before we proceed to the primary classification and how to get it. So we have called in the classification formula the classification line, and this is very important because we need to determine the numerator and the denominator to get the classification formula. Now we have the primary classification first. This is what we get at this time. And beside is the secondary classification. Next is the sub-secondary classification. We also call the major division, and in the side we have the key division or the key classification. On the right side we have also the final classification, and this is what we call the classification formula. Next, I will be showing you the fingerprint card in order to get the numerical value of the fingerprints, and I will show you also that and the fingerprint numbers of them. So the fingerprint card consists of 5 at the top and 5 at the bottom, which provides the five of our fingers at the top and 5 at the bottom. Yeah. So this is what it looks like in the classification card. So starting from the right, this is our right thumb. This is finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3, finger number 4, 5, and this is also our finger number 6, which is the left thumb. 6, 7, 8, 9, and finger number 10. So this is what a classification card looks like. So now we need to know since I have already provided you the classification formula, so we need to know first what are the fingers on the numerator and what are the fingers on the denominator. So the fingers on the numerator are the even fingers of our hands. So finger number 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are the upper part of the classification formula. So these are the even numbers of our fingers and the odd numbers of our finger, which is the even finger number 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and the odd are the fingers number 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10. So finger number 1 also is our right thumb. Finger number 2 is our right point finger. Finger number 3 is our middle finger. Finger number 4 is our ring finger, and finger number 5 is our little finger. Finger number 6 is our left thumb. Finger number 7 is our left index. Finger number 8 is our left middle. Finger number 9 is our left ring finger. Finger number 10 is our left small finger. So at this time, I will be also providing you the numerical value of each of our fingers. So first two, the numerical value of them is 16. And the second, finger number 3 and finger number 4, their numerical value is 8. Finger number 5 and 6, their numerical value is 4. And then 7 and 8 is 2, and lastly the finger number 9 and 10 is 1. And this is easy to locate because we need only to remember that finger number 1 and finger number 2, their numerical value is 16, and we will just divide it by 2 to get the numerical value of 3 and 4, which is numerical value of 8, divided again by 2. So 4 divided 2, and there's 2 for the next, and then 1 for them. So it is very easy to locate their numerical value of each of our finger. And this is very important to get the answer of the primary classification. So at this point, since we already know their numerical value of each of the fingers, so in order to get the primary classification, we need to know that we need to compute only if the fingerprint type is only a word type of fingerprint. So if dili na siya word type of fingerprint, so the value of that fingerprint is equal to 0. So if, example, if ang finger number 1, which is odd, na siya sa ubos, and if dili siya word type of pattern, the numerical value would be not 16, but it should be 0. So I will be giving you an example on how to get the primary classification now of the fingerprint. So for example, if finger number 1 is an arch type of fingerprint pattern, fingerprint number 2 will be accidental, this will be radial, and finger number 4 should be we would say tented. Finger number 5 is tented. This will be ulnar, accidental, whirl, and what the other, central loop, and this will be double loop. So this would be example of our fingerprint. Mao siya kay gini ana. So now we will be computing this type of fingerprint. So now, since we already have an example of our fingerprint, so we will now be computing the numerical value of each of the fingerprint. And we need to compute first the numerical value of even numbers, which is the numerator. So first, the numerator, which is even fingers. Let's start with finger number 2. So finger number 2, we can say that this is accidental type of whirl. So it's under the whirl, so we need to get the numerical value, which is the number 16. That is finger number 2. Next is finger number 4. We need to check if it is our type of pattern. Since this is a tented and under the arch type of fingerprint, so the numerical value will not be 8 since it is not a word type pattern. So we need to put 0 since it is not a word type of pattern. Now, since we already finished with finger number 4, we need to go with finger number 6. So finger number 6 is ulnar, which is under the loop type pattern. So since it is not a word type of pattern and under the loop type, the numerical value will not be 4, but instead it is 0. Now we need to go for finger number 8. So finger number 8. So finger number 8 is under the word type of pattern, which is the plain word. So plain word is considered as word type of pattern, so we need to get the numerical value, which is numerical value number 2. And lastly, the finger number 10, which is, as we can say, this is double loop. And since double loop is under the word type of pattern, so we need to get this numerical value, which is 1. And we need to get the sum of all even fingers and their numerical value. So 16 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 equals to 18 plus 1 is 19. So this is our numerical value under the fingers, under the even fingers. 19, and after that, this is not finished, we need to add 1. And this is already under the formula of Henry's system of classification. This is already yung naanali na siya daan na dapat tamuad og 1. So the total numerical value of our even fingers or on the numerator is 20. So after this, we need to get now the denominator, which is the odd number of our fingers. So now, since we have already got the even number or even numerical value of our finger, which is 20, we will now be getting the odd numbers of our fingers and get their numerical value, so we can have the primary classification. So first, odd finger is finger number 1, finger number 3, 5, 7, and 9. So first, the finger number 1 is plain arch. So plain arch is not under the word type of pattern, so we will not get its numerical value. So we just put it 0. Plus finger number 3, which is R, which is radial loop, which is under the loop type of pattern. So it's not word type, we will just put 0. Next is finger number 5, which is tented arch, which is under the arch type of fingerprint. It is not still a word type of pattern, so it's still 0. Plus finger number 7, which is accidental type of whirl, under whirl pattern. So we will get its numerical value, which is numerical value number 2, since it is a word type of pattern. Last is finger number 9. So finger number 9 is central double loop. So central double loop is under the word type of pattern, and their numerical value is 1. So we need to put 1 and then add them all. So the total will be 3 plus the formula plus 1. So our denominator will be 4. So this will be our primary classification. This will be the answer, 20/4. And that will be all for the primary classification on how to get it. Thank you.